Welcome one and all to another episode of We Talk Combat, where we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. We are the best, brightest, and blackest combat sports review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. I am 1/4 of your host, King. I'm joined by my fellow co-hosts. I'll introduce them one by one. Queen, how are you today, babe? Uh-oh. She's not frozen, but I don't hear her. Okay, maybe she is frozen. Travis, what up, Trav?
What's up, bro? How y'all doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Good to hear. BA, how are you today, bro?
I'm good. Good to go, man.
You ready to talk about some WWE?
Yeah, man. Play the sad music.
If you're new around here, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button near Travis's left shoulder somewhere down there. Also hit that like button while you're at it so we can get around in the algorithm to other WWE fans like yourself and combat sports fans. We do other shows as well, not just WWE all the time. Sometimes we do UFC, sometimes we talk about boxing and other things. But also hit that notification bell so you're always notified of when we drop these new shows. We don't always drop them on time, as we're color people, I always say. But, shows are normally around 3 p.m. on Sunday. Sometimes we have them Saturday after the events, and other times, but definitely hit the notification bell. Share this and all that type of stuff to all your fellow wrestling fans so we have conversations. If you want to be interactive and talk to us while we're having this show, definitely hit us up in the comments. Hit us with the @ WTC so we know you're talking to us and not anybody else in the Glow Yard. Just feel free to interact, talk about the shows of this week, talk about the event that we just had yesterday. We'll get to your comment. We'll respond. We're very interactive over here. But the way the show goes, we give our highs and lows at first. We give, which is basically a rundown of the show real quick, not really a overall review. Then we give a letter grade after that. We get to any tea, if anything is happening, any important stuff after that, and then we get to your shows after that. Have a couple ads in between from our sponsors and partners and all that type of stuff. But definitely, if you like this type of content, as I said again, like, subscribe, share this type of stuff. But let's get to our highs and lows, y'all. What up? All right, y'all. Another week of WWE product. Y'all know how we do. So let's get the Raw first. Basically, steals are like the highlights of the show, y'all. So it's not really the main thing that happened on the show or any main parts of the storylines. As you know, Paul Levesque doesn't really like storylines, but this is the main steal. We had the Usos returning, I guess, in the tag team division, going after the tag team championships on NXT. We had Javon Evans, cashing in his opportunity as the Iron Survivor early against Obafemi and catching the L with the help of Ricky Saints. On SmackDown, we had the face-to-face confrontation between Oba and Cody Rhodes, which was pretty awesome, champion and champion. And on yesterday, we had John Cena's last match ever, allegedly. We'll see. Never say never in the world of wrestling, but that Saturday night's main event right down the street in D.C. We had 4 matches. I'll start from the bottom right. We had the team of AJ Lee, as I call them, but AJ Styles and Dragon Lee going against the young OGs, Javon Evans and Leon Slater. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee picked up the victory there. I think a pinfall, on Leon Slater. We had Bailey versus Sol Ruka, and Sol Ruka actually picked up the pinfall after a Soul Snatcher and a roll-up reversal. We had Cody Rhodes defeating Obafemi by disqualification. We'll get into that one. That's a decision that some people don't agree with. But then we also had John Cena against Gunther in his final match ever, tapping out. Mr. Never Give Up tapped out to Gunther in his last match, and that's how he went out. So we'll get to that as well. So, all right, guys, I'll go around the room, get everybody, like I said, highs and lows of the week, and we'll get your letter grade of the week. We'll start with you, babe. What were your highs and lows of this week, WWE product, and what is your letter grade?
Well, during the week, truthfully, not a whole lot went on Monday night, personally for me, and I didn't watch the NXT. But Friday was actually an amazing show. Friday had not only a lot of storyline, but also obviously the build up to John Cena's farewell. But most importantly, we got to see Oba Femi be introduced kind of to the WWE crowd because he got a face to face with Cody Rhodes. Jade did a promo. It was fantastic. She killed it. She had a little bit of a movement with Meechin, but overall, the show on Friday actually was pretty good. I felt like it actually showcased a lot of the talent that we've talked about on this show. So for us, it was kind of like, oh man, it was almost like the producers, wink, wink, watch the show. Um, so as I said, there wasn't really too many low lights. Usually the low lights are usually the same people every week, so I won't rehash all of that. But Saturday's main event was actually pretty good. Um, I really didn't have too many overall complaints other than how John Cena went out. I felt like all the NXT people looked really good. Sol Ruka performed very well and looked good with her match against Bailey. I felt like Oba Femi looked formidable, big. He was quick for being such a big guy. I think he said he was like 316 or 60 pounds, one or the other. Either way, still a big boy. And he
I
still
think he's
looked
like
good against
310 big.
Cody. Okay, 310. Yeah. And I was rather irked that Drew McIntyre came out, but I guess we needed one match that was gonna have to be interference. So I feel like they kind of cheated Oba out of either a good loss on his end or a good win on his end. So I guess we won't know unless they go against each other again. I thought the young OGs looked fantastic. They're both nice flyers, and as I've said on the show before, I love me some high flyers, and they put on a great match with Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. So I didn't have any complaints there. There was a little few botches because AJ getting a little old, but otherwise,
All right. Until she returns, let's go to you, Travis. What were your highs and lows of this week's product and your overall out of grade? Also, before we continue moving on, I did forget one thing. We did have a segment between uh, our truth, Ron Killings, whatever you want to call him, Joe Hendry, and the Miz. Miz came out there angry. He wasn't involved in John Cena's match. It should have been him. Our truth came out, said he stole somebody's ball. It should have been somebody else up and comer. And yeah, made jokes, and it was Joe Hendry. So I'll get to my opinion on that, but that's also something that happened. But Travis, to you, bro, how you feel? But we got Queen back actually, babe. Sorry, finish your point. You were getting to the Saturday Night Main Event.
oh, what did I say?
You were
What was the
talking
last
about
thing I said?
Oba
Because I was
and
pretty much
Cody
going to wrap it
Rhodes
up.
and Drew
Oh, oh, oh,
McIntyre.
you could see that John Cena was doing his old moves of calling audibles and basically directing Gunther the whole match. But you could tell there was a few times where they really wanted to end it, but they were trying to push it for time. Um, but I thought it was hilarious that everybody was booing on Triple H. But that's my city. My city made me proud. I'm glad they were all like giving him negative commentary. But overall, actually, if I just ignored Monday and acted like it never happened, then I would actually give this week's product probably a B plus, actually, because as I said, Friday was fantastic for me. I'm really enjoying that they're showing Jade as not only being strong, but her mic skills have improved so much. She's really truly becoming a presence. Like you can see her aura, and I actually am kind of excited once Naomi comes back to see how their paths will intersect or how they'll work in the storyline. But now Jade has been looking fantastic. It was just a very black week for WWE, which is something unique that we don't get to say a lot around here. And that was also a help to a lot of the NXT people getting their moment. And every week we do Where's Trick? Still don't know where he is. Hopes to see him. Lash. Oh yeah, Lash looked great too, but Lash always looks great. She looked fantastic on Friday. When she had her solo match and threw that little flail white woman all over the place. It was beautiful. She looked great. Her finisher looked fantastic. Like the execution was perfect. Her looking in the camera was perfect. Just the boom to the ground was mwah, chef's kiss. Like it looked great. Like I'm glad she got herself a solo match and got to show herself off. And you could tell she was just eating up those boos. So I can tell that Lash is like in her moment, and that if she is handled properly, she can have a fantastic career. But as I said, B plus. Thank you.
All right, B plus. Let's get to you finally then, Travis. What were your highs and lows this week,
Hmm.
and what's your overall letter grade?
Okay, for this week. Okay, so I thought basically Raw was basically trash for real. It's just The only positives I can get out of Raw this week was basically, yes, the Usos coming back together. Um, Raquel is finally getting her chance at the World Heavyweight Championship. I just wish it happened earlier, even before this whole Nikki Bella situation came together. I'm a little mad that LA Knight we're gonna be off TV for a little minute, but that's okay. Now for NXT, um, I just feel like Javon shouldn't have cashed in his championship opportunity because it just seemed like now you have him winning the Iron Survivor match was basically for nothing. Um, I just want to see who's going to win next week as far as like the rest of the guys that was in the match. You just you just don't just yeah, Candy. See, it just messed me up because I can't even think about it. It's just so heartbreaking. But I do want to say about the Fatal Influence, that whole little promo thing. I actually enjoyed it for real, for real. It's just that JCJ, she dropped the awesome promo. Now, the only problem with that was I can't even think of the other girl's name right now. But when she was in the ring with Kendall Gray and they attacked Kendall Gray and the other person, I felt like that was her time to actually like grab the title and hold the title up and say like, you know what, I might not have nothing right now because I have a couple people with me with gold, but let me at least get my face out there and say, you know what, I'm coming after this. Like even before, if Kendall Gray is going to get a shot or even win the women's NXT championship, I feel like okay, let me try to get involved with this Evolve championship. As far as SmackDown, I enjoyed SmackDown this week. It was basically the best SmackDown in a while, like for real. Like it just had so many people on there that kind of look like me. I love Oba being on there. I love the pop that Oba got from the crowd. Um, I actually enjoyed the Ilya and Tommaso Ciampa match. It just seems like I'm not like a huge Tommaso Ciampa fan, but it just seems like when there's gold involved, whether it's a little solo or him teaming up with Johnny Gargano, it just seems like he can't do no wrong. Like it's just he's going to put on a hell of a show, a hell of a match, and everything like that. Um, Lash basically killed it. Jay, I love Jay's moment, but this is the one thing I have with the thing with Jay so far. I mean, I get that she's basically like taking over the roster. It's supposed to be just like having this look to basically just to, dominate the whole female roster. But to me, like a little bit, it gets kind of boring a little bit. Like it's just she needs a face, like a face to go against right now, like a dominant face to kind of make it seem like okay, we know you the champion, but all right, you beating up a so and so like a Bianca. Like if Bianca was here and she beat Bianca, all right, now we know you're gonna be having the championship for a second. And, now for last night, I actually enjoyed last night. I think this may have been the best Saturday night main event so far for me. I wish that the Kobe Oba match it would have came down to a definite pinfall. Um, I love that Soul Rooker got the win. I enjoyed the Young OGs and the AJ Lee tag team match. Now, like I said, John John and Gunther, hell of a match. I didn't like the ending so much because it just seems like if John was going to tap, like just basically tap, I didn't really understand the smile thing too much. Now I've seen that people were saying on the internet that he was finally supposed to just let go. Like I get it, but if he's gonna let go, just let go. You ain't had to do the little smirk or smile or anything. I felt like Simba should have been in there. As a matter of fact, hold up. To the people of the internet that make memes and all that stuff, can we get somebody make a meme and put Simba in the match and kind of like nudging John Cena, hey, get up. I need you to get up. Don't tap out, John. But other than that, I love the fact that the pre-show, we got the Night Riders, get behind Paul. We need that push for LA Knight. For this week, I'm gonna give it a C plus.
All right, so we got a B minus, I believe, and a C plus. I'll go to you then, brother BA. What are your highs and lows for this week's WWE
I was a
product,
B
and what's your
plus.
okay? So a B plus
I
and a
was a B
C
plus.
plus, and what's your overall letter grade, bro?
All right, so I mean, we starting off with Raw. Raw was it was okay. It was definitely LA Knight getting his ass kicked. That was fun to see. Uh, I questioned the second part of the beatdown though when he took it to the parking lot because that's Braun Breaker was in the mix of a promo. And it was falling on his face. I'm not gonna lie. Braun is the person that tries to go for cheap shots within a promo, and I don't know, as young as he is, I don't know if people are going to fully like that or flow with that moving forward. Because once you start talking about people's wives and stuff like that, you hopefully he talked to CM Punk before he did that. Let's just say that. Because that's just not how wrestling is right now. So with that being said, as soon as he mentioned the CM Punk's wife, like I'm gonna take your wife or whatever the case, then that's when they did the cut scene. It's like it seemed like he went too far, and they said, "Oh, we gotta let's do something else. Let's pick this up in the back or whatever the case." So I'm not like I said, I'm not 100% sure with that, but they definitely cut the man off mid promo. And if you are like that dude that they want you to be, I don't remember Austin's promos getting cut and things like that. Normally, you're gonna say what you need to say, and then they go backstage or whatever the case may be. So that's something I'm looking at, with a side eye, like, okay, all right, maybe they're starting to realize that this man might not be the best as we will want him to be, or he's not excelling as quickly as we will want him to be. So side note for that. But shout out to the Usos. They're going back to where they need to be. This tag team division is god awful. And hopefully they can bring just a small spark. We don't, they're not going to change the whole thing. They're not going to reinvent anything. But it's just, that yeet moment is going to be towards the mid card now, and it's for the belt. So they'll eventually get to their hands on it and see what happens after that. The women, in case you didn't know, Stephanie made an appearance, and I could care less. She talks and then she's starting to look at the the tea leaves and things like that. What she says, I'm more than just a devil's kiss. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because we didn't know what your finishing move was for at least 3 or 4, at least a good month or two where you was on the main roster because you was flipping through them. So the only thing that stayed consistent was the devil's kiss, in which everyone had to pop for. So that's what you are, and you're trying not to be that. And we see what happens, but your matches ain't over the top. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they'll start giving you good people. You're feuding with Nikki Bella.
Bro,
Like you should have
hate
smashed her.
Stephanie back here.
It's just it is what it is. You should have smashed her. And like, you know what? It's a little truth. It's a little truth behind that because this is also supposed to be Naomi. You know what I'm saying? But I was realizing that they were going to cut Naomi short with or without the pregnancy to push Stephanie. Like that was their plan. And this is what I was going to get. Like, this is what I'm getting. So you was going to cut that for this? I'm glad she got pregnant. Now is at least a legit excuse because this is trash. So now they got Raquel getting another shot. And hopefully she cashes in because she's a workhorse. She's earned it. But this is coming the week right after they was talking about Liv coming back and she had her moment and hey, the Judgment Day is gonna do this and do this and do this. And then you got her going for the title. So she was like, all right, so I guess I'm going for the tag titles. Like, why say all that? It didn't need to be a whole entire multiple segments because that's what it was last week. It was like 3 or 4 segments of Liv coming out, pushing her will upon the division in a sense, right? So that's I fall back and see what they do with that. But that was Raw in a nutshell. Like I said, not too happy for it at the end of the day. NXT was fun. I will watch NXT start to finish now. Shout out to the Discord because that's where I watch it at. It's like watching old school wrestling in a sense. Like it's very person come out, they say something, somebody else might have something to say. So the opening segment was Ricky Saints, Oba, and then Javon and stuff. That was a nice segment. And I pushed back with Travis a little bit. It's cool that Javon got that title spot right here, right now, because he is hot and all eyes are on him, and he legitimately won the match. Ricky messed that up, so it's not like he lost. Now, did he end up losing, or did it end up? You know what I'm saying? I get the final, but he had the match. It was won, so he shows without winning that he is championship material. Now he got to fight or have a beef with Ricky, and we see how that transpires. But just everything else on NXT was like I said, it was fun. I'm becoming a fan of Ethan Page. I sat through and watched his whole promo. Like he's a fun guy. So I don't like his in-ring ability too much, but his personality covers for that, and I'm okay with that. That's how wrestling is sometimes. But like I said, Sol Ruka came through. I'm a little tired of her and Zarya. I'm tired of it. So now I feel like Zarya's on her coattails. Just need to cut that string and just cut the cord and just keep moving for me. But that was NXT for me. But we know what it was heading to. None of these guys was going to. I mean, they performed a great match with Oba and Javon, knowing that Saturday was right around the corner. So, and then Javon came back on Friday. Javon is working his ass off, bro. Pause. Like he is working, man. So let's move into SmackDown, in which we all love SmackDown, right? That's one for the books, right? That's ours. So we're gonna keep that one in a little pocket for now, and we're gonna see what happens. Like it's gonna be the reference point. Hey man, remember that day? Hopefully we don't get too many remember those days. You feel me? Hopefully this starts to be the new norm. And I'm gonna go with the Jay perspective right now, because Travis, I think you brought up a good point. She's dominating too much now. It's like they had her on a dominating I guess run, but there was nobody there. There's no one on this roster. All the heavy hitters are on Raw. What are we doing? like did you not see this happening? Did you not
wrestling
know
for the tag team division?
Or wrestling for the tag, and it's only like two of them. You know what I mean? It's like Charlotte and Alexa. Like it ain't like it's a plethora of them. So it's
Jets.
like shout out to Nia, but it's I feel like, and this is what we was talking about before the show. It's time now, and maybe other people that was running other previous companies would have made this particular move. Hell, I done seen NXT bring in 7 people in one goddamn time. You got Jordan Grace, which is a powerhouse, which you was talking about. Jade needs a face to go against. She's a face. She is a face. People love that little white girl.
She might be too short, but I understand where you're going.
But you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be you can see the power competitions. You can sell that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like Lola Vice is right there. That's Damien's girl. Shout out to Damien. But Lola Vice can be brought up right now. Jada Parker can be brought up right now. Kalani Jordan, shout out to NXT. Kalani Jordan versus Jordan Grace. That was a hell of a match. Kalani Jordan, even in the Iron Survivor, Kalani is working her ass off right now. She is balling right now when it comes to just putting on great performances, being a workhorse in matches and things like that. So don't tell me she's not tough enough. Don't tell me any of that. Don't tell me she can't flip the script because now she's playing the heel role versus being the face. She is working her ass off right now. She could be brought up right now.
She legendary. The same thing we talk about Trick and all that stuff. When you bring her up, she has a legendary career already.
Facts. there's 5 women right now that can be brought up and put on SmackDown, and SmackDown will be way more entertaining because I can't even tell you the last person they brought up, Julie, where the hell she's at. So it's like you got other people, and all those people I just named, they can all talk on the mic. They don't need nobody else to talk on the mic for them. Like, that's talent, and you're just letting them play, just sit on NXT. Like, what is going on? So it gives you got Jay going against the Meaches of the world. Jay came out in a club outfit, bro. She was supposed to fight. She was supposed to be in attire. She said it's not even worth it. Now, could that be gimmick based and all that? I give you all that. But I'm just saying, like, that's how unserious this, and I'm starting to think, well, if people are starting, if I see this, and Trav just mentioned it, then it's starting to be like, well, how great is her title reign? And I don't want those questions. I don't want those questions.
Well, it's going to be, because I think they're going to feed it back to Tiffany.
And she's starting to be the Great White Hope, and she'll come back as that, and she'll lose again. But with that being said, she need to hurry up and go and come back. You had your break. It's over now. Bring your ass back. I'm sorry. That was just that Jay. That was just a Jake segment. Shout out to Cody. And no, that was Saturday night. The face, the promo. That was a great promo. And me and King was going back and forth on this one. And I know he'll say his piece, but my thing is, when it came to the the aura that is Oba right now, it's great that he has a champion to go and match that aura with. So when the champion is supposed to drown out everybody else. So when you don't hear the woes and Cody Rhodes constantly, why? It's because Oba's presence is stopping that. And I think that, to me, does wonders for Oba and his future career. What else happened? Shout out to Lash. She did a great job. She dominated Alexa Bliss. And like I said in the chat and stuff, this Alexa Bliss is a 5-time champion. And she dominated a 5-time champion. So no matter what, and she just was a tag team champion. So on top of it. So I'm not gonna say like what Queen said, she just threw it around a little white girl. She's a 5-time champion. So I'm gonna put a little bit more respect on her name in a sense. But the fact that she did what she did anyway, right? So we clearly have 2 great women of color that look just like us. Dominant powerhouses. Now I'm waiting for, and I guess this is Bianca's spot. I'm waiting for the woman that can kind of do it all. That's the next thing. I don't want us to have, the big black woman can dominate. I don't want that. I don't want that stereotype. And it's developing now. I don't want it. I just want us to just dominate all factors in a sense, right? And that's what I think Bianca is truly missed right now, because she was the best of all worlds. And I hope that she comes back healthy. I think that was it with SmackDown. I'm gonna move forward to Saturday night's main event. The start of the match. Here we go. We got Oba and Cody. Man, Oba dominated Cody, bro. And I was waiting for hold up, Ken, you can unmute yourself. What do you call it? The trifecta from Cody or whatever? Go ahead. I'll let you say.
Is it was it Holy Trinity?
The Holy Trinity when you do all his moves.
Crossroads.
Yeah, it was the Holy Trinity.
I didn't want Oba to get caught with any of those. So shout out to the fact that the match ended before that even came about, right? And it's not a knock on anybody. It's just, you have to do 2 things in this thing. You have to still have your champion be your champion. This is still the WWE champion. This is like the icon in a sense right now. How do we want to believe it or not? That's what that championship belt is for Cody. And then you have to also push Oba in a sense. So how do you have both? Well, you had Drew McIntyre come out, and that's exactly what happened. And I think we all knew that he was going to play a part in this match some kind of way. And I like it. I like the fact that Drew is playing a bully right now. So when Oba makes it to SmackDown, his number one person is not going to be Cody, although we want it to be Cody. He's going to go right after Drew, which is great because Drew performs well. He gives great mini rivalries in a sense. So Oba has to out-bully the current bully on the block. And I think, of course, he's going to do it, but it's just it gives him somebody to go right after as soon as he touched down on SmackDown. And I'm okay with that. I think let's move to the next match. Was it a tag match or was it Soul Ruka? Let's go Soul Ruka. That was cool. Soul Ruka is just a hell of an athlete. Injured or not, she's just a great performer in the ring, and it's starting to be shown. Shout out to Bayley for giving up this spot. Like I said, Bayley is a younger version of Natalya. She's there to. She's the gatekeeper in a sense. You got to go through Bayley to see, how well you can perform in a sense. For a lot of these girls, and it is what it is. She took the L. So Ruka is now, if I won against Bayley, why am I still on NXT? So she shouldn't even be there anymore. But yeah, that was good. That was a good match. Shout out to Zarya for just tagging along, doing absolutely nothing. The tag match was cool. I was hoping that AJ was going to let Leon get the victory over him. He gave him the blessing of being the youngest X Division champion, and I was like, oh, he might be paying that off right now. He is not, but it's going to happen if they continue this tag team thing that Javon and Leon is doing. They're going to become title holders some kind of way. What does that do for either one of those careers? I have no idea. I don't know TNA's contract situation. I don't know how many performances he can have on Raw. I mean, on the main roster. This is Leon, but these two young brothers, the young OG and the youngest in charge, they are right now and not the future. They are right now. So that was a pretty great match. It was something before the John Cena. Let's go Joe Hendry. That's my guy. I was on the Joe Hendry bandwagon for quite some time, and he had his moment at WrestleMania. That was his thing against Randy Orton. Randy Orton did his catch move and all that other stuff. Like, that was his joint. Cool. I think John Cena has some type of affinity towards Joe Hendry. Like, you pretty much came from the bottom up. That intro that you came up with yourself is pretty much put you on that path. So you're like a self-made kind of a person. And I think John Cena respects that. Great. He should have been in a goddamn tournament. You just leave it alone at that. That spot with even as kooky as it was, it would have been great if it said Trick Williams on that particular ball pause. Like, it would have been great to have that moment for Trick versus Joe, because Joe already had his moment. So I'm not going to take away what Joe done, because Joe's a hell of a performer. When it comes, he's a hell of a seller. His performance is okay. He's a hell of a seller. So with that being said, he still had his moment though. Let somebody else have that moment. So that should have been Trick's 100%. But it wasn't. And I don't like that, especially when it comes to R-Truth. Come on, dog. You couldn't say like, hey, man, I ain't got too many appearances either. Let me have one of these passing the moments for Trick as well. Like, that could have been that type of vibe, and I didn't get it, so I was disappointed. Finally, John Cena. When we got pay-per-views this long. John Cena doing it was okay match. It was a pretty entertaining match, man. I was still working, trying to watch this. The ups and downs and all this other stuff. My main problem with this match is of course how it ended, and I understand that he had to lose. It's just people say like, what benefit if it goes the other way? The thing is, people were so distraught. People were so like in their feelings in a sense. You are a company that's trying to maintain your ratings on TV. That's what you're trying to do. Like, you're trying to maintain your Netflix ratings. You're trying to upgrade them because they're diving. Well, if they're diving, sometimes in certain situations, you got to give the people what they want so they can come back and still see your product. I believe they're going to take a ratings hit. They're going to take a financial hit after this, because people were like disgusted by the way this particular match ended. It could have just ended in a 1, 2, 3, and I think people would have been fine with it. It could have ended. I think all outcomes was cool except for how it ended. And like I said, you have all those people that pay all that money to be in that attendance for just one reason, and that's to see John Cena get a final send-off. I don't care about how many other people was in their retirement matches and lost. It's not Cena. It's different. You never had a retirement tour for nobody else. Nobody else had a retirement tour. Everyone else had matches, and then it was their way out. This is the one and only person that had that. And finally, I'll leave it with this. Triple H said, he did this because he wanted to maintain tradition. That's what he said. This is the person that comes up with the unreal. How the hell are you going to say that you did this for tradition, and some traditions should stay the same, but you're the person that's breaking all traditions with the Netflix series that you're getting money from? Like, what are we doing? Like, even your excuse is backwards. That doesn't make sense to me. So unless when you start making sense, then I'll fall back and say, hey, that was best for business. But I don't think this move was best for business. I don't think everything he says is a lie, because you just came out with a series that just premiered or just started the promotions for season 2. So it's not done. We're going to continue this. So no, I don't believe it. It's all trash. So this ending was trash. The people that was there paid money for trash, except for the Oba segments and all that other stuff. That was great. But they was there for Cena. And you can tell it was just a nasty taste pause in everybody's mouth. And I just don't think that's good for business. I understand wrestling. I understand that this is a retirement match. I understand all those things. But at the end of the day, was that truly best for business? I don't think it was.
And what's your rating? What's your letter grade, bro?
If it wasn't for the black influx this particular week, it would have plummeted for me. But I'm gonna give it a strong B+. B for black. Straight up.
Was that Queen as well? Did you give it a B+ again, Queen? I'm sorry, I forgot.
She did.
Or B-.
Yeah, I give it a plus.
Okay.
There was I believe it was a minus.
Is a B-?
No, she said
B-?
plus.
No, B+. Yeah, you
It's
gave it
plus,
a C+,
plus.
B+,
That's a
B+.
plus.
Okay.
I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna go
So I
backwards.
gave it a C.
Yep, I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna get a show. I'm gonna give this week a WWE product a B+. I am with the majority. We got to give it a B for black, just in general. Like, this has some incredible moments in it. Let's start a Saturday night main event. I want people to take a step back and understand this when I say this. I think this is the best Saturday night main event of all time. I think this was the best of all time. Like, I'm including any Hulk Hogan one versus Andre the Giant versus King Kong Bundy, whatever you want to say. I think this was the best Saturday night's main event of all time. Now, with each match, I thought each match was phenomenal. I thought each match, there was not a bathroom break needed for any of these matches. It was awesome. I was entertained. It was entertaining. It was just something new and different. It was not the normal, rivalries and all. It was just something with, whoa, who's going to win these matches? We were literally sitting in Discord talking about the old young OGs and all that, saying, are they going to win, y'all? Like, is there a chance they're going to win? Who's really going to win this match and all? So I thought that was cool. Couple things, though, I had an issue with. Well, what major thing? I remember you were saying last week, BA, that you thought that Oba was going to win. Like, Oba's going to win. Drew McIntyre's going to let him win. And I was like, nah, bro, there's no way. They're not going to do it with Cody Rhodes. There's no way they're going to let him do it. I thought Drew McIntyre was going to get involved as well. I thought this was going to happen the way it did happen, but I don't agree with it. I think that Triple H always takes the easy way out. If Cody Rhodes was going to interfere, it should have been to interfere so that Obafemi could have won. There's no reason that Cody should have got the victory with Drew McIntyre interfering. You feel me? Like, Drew McIntyre should have did something to get the victory to screw Cody. So it could have been like messing with your head and all, like you can be beaten and all that stuff. But
versus just coming out kicking his ass.
Coming out, punching him when you were saying you were
cheap.
scared
a
week ago and that it was unsafe. Yes, that's what Triple H always does as far as his endings. It's like, bro, you could have gave Oba that win. Had Cody would have still looked strong. It'd be like, damn, you had to cheat to beat me on a Saturday night main event. The title wasn't on the line and all that stuff. That was a way to get a non-title victory. You feel me? But he didn't have that happen. 'Cause Triple H always does as far as his endings. As far as his endings, it's like, bro, you could have gave Oba that win. Had Cody would have still looked strong. It'd be like, damn, you had to cheat to beat me on a Saturday night main event. The title wasn't on the line and all that stuff. That was a way to get a non-title victory. You feel me? But he didn't have that happen. One more thing. Soul Ruka, the Soul Snatcher. I don't know if it's because of injury or something like that. I don't feel like she's jumping as high anymore on that Soul Snatcher. And with that being said, I'm disliking the move because I'm starting to pay attention to people jumping into the move, like laying down into the Soul Snatcher instead of like being grabbed. And then like, it's like it doesn't make sense for you to jump that direction into her arms. Like, why are you doing that? That's foolish. You would have to come and grab your neck. But I don't know. We'll see. People love it and all that stuff. But the more I watch it, I'm like, damn, people are. It's more of she's doing the flip and all, but it's more of the person that's actually getting the move done to them that has to make sure to get to the spot to make sure they're doing it.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
What you're saying is 100% right, and that's my issue with a lot of the cutters out there that a lot of people have as well. But it's like she plays like a magic trick. You're supposed to focus on the flip and not see what you're seeing. But it's kind of hard not to see it.
Like an illusion.
Yeah, I feel
it's kind of hard not to see that part, but you supposed to like, oh my god! And
it's just the flip is incredible. So it's like you feel me, like it's what is it? It's basically a 450 but reverse or whatever. You feel me, like inward or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's awesome. But I'm just watching. I've seen it enough times. I'm just paying attention to the person catching the move, and I'm like, oh, they're just waiting for her to line up to see where she falls, and then they're jumping into her arm and all. And I'm like, that's not cool. But I'm sorry, Queen. I see you down there. I apologize. But that's my gripes about the show. I'm gonna say this. Young OGs showed their butt off. I didn't know if they were going to win or not. Leon Slater, I thought was going to take the pinfall. He's a TNA guy still. It's awesome that he's on the show. I know Joe Hendry got to be in WrestleMania and all that, and his show as well, but it's still awesome for that black brother on TNA to be in a WWE, basically PLE now. Like, this is not on NBC anymore. It's a straight Peacock. So that's incredible. I thought he's going to take the Eleanor. I hope this is just like the start of something with him as well. Like, bro talented as well. Like, I know Javon is talented, and Javon is talented as hell as well. Both of them brothers are talented as hell. They are like some extreme to the Hardy boys. Matt Hardy wish he could do what these guys could do. You feel what I'm saying? Jeff Hardy wishes he could do what these guys could do, tell you the truth, like no lie. And they're so young, like you said, saying this is like Jeff back when he was young, when he was out there being a jobber and all that. And these guys are doing this so far. So kudos to both of them. But I thought that was an incredible match as well. I said the over part. That was a classic. I thought it was a classic. And I know why. Now, here's my thing, and I'm going to tell you, this is the crazy part about it. I think people hate the outcome because of John Cena's run. John Cena's final year was such trash that you felt like, damn, you got to pay it off and do something for John Cena. This was what you want for Gunther. You have now created a monster in Gunther. Now, Gunther is the number one heel. We talk about heels in wrestling. Gunther is now the number one heel in wrestling now because of what he just did to John Cena. It's like back in the day with the babies, as far as what's his name, the Sheik, Iron Sheik, and all that type of stuff. And what's his what I can't think of his name, G.I. Joe and all. What's his name? Sergeant Slaughter. Trying to heel. Then it's a moment like, or is that just animosity between Canada and all that? You just made Gunther that guy. Now the issue is the tournament shouldn't have been that way. You shouldn't have Gunther there because Gunther didn't need to be that guy. Like, I understand all that. All of that is trash, and it should not have been built that way. And I've been yelling it for weeks. I was yelling it. I was even saying, hey guys, you better be ready because John Cena is going to tap the Gunther. I told everybody that. No, there's no way. There's no way. And I'm like, bro, y'all going to be ready because John Cena is going to tap the Gunther. That's the way it lines up, the way Gunther's working. If Gunther the last guy, you got to have John Cena do that. John Cena has no reason to continue to win, to not tap out. Like, you don't want to build John Cena's character anymore because you're not making money off of John Cena's character anymore. You want to make money off of Gunther, off of John Cena. But I do agree that it maybe shouldn't have been Gunther in the last match. The whole tournament was trash. The year was screwed up where he should have had a greater face turn or face at the beginning. All that stuff so we could have more celebrating John Cena before this moment. Like, this should have culminated where you had an incredible year, John Cena like a superhero, and then that guy destroyed everything on the way out. So everybody had the faces, the crying, and all that type of stuff. Like, bro, we just had John Cena. He was incredible. And Gunther just changed that. Now he's the guy that just shuts up. This is my yard now. I'd have been perfectly fine with that. But the build-up because of Triple H and all, it changes. But again, to me, Saturday Night Main Event was the best Saturday Night Main Event I've ever seen. I thought every match was fine. That really wasn't a really bad moment for me in Saturday Night Main Event. SmackDown, it's crazy. SmackDown, one of the best SmackDowns I've ever seen. Probably the best SmackDown I've seen since the Ruthless Aggression era. That's I'm going that high. And I didn't watch it for a second at Roman Reigns and all. People could say, I didn't get to see that. So I don't know about those moments and all, but I'm telling you, for me, this is my favorite SmackDown. Like I was engaged the whole time. I felt entertained, involved, like I felt represented. I felt like everybody was represented on this show. And it was incredible. The only gripe I had about it was Triple H still had to put Rhea Ripley at the freaking main event as the last person with Damian Priest because he wanted Rhea Ripley on there as his blinders to say, hey, Rhea Ripley again. I'm like, after all that you did, you hit that BS main event on with Rhea Ripley because you wanted her to be the main event for no reason when she didn't have to be the main event. But other than that, it was incredible. I felt like we were literally saying to each other, BA, what is going on here? Watching this show, like the way it felt as a black man, black woman, whatever, just watching it like, bro, how am I seeing all these black people and they look good? Like Lash Legend destroyed Alexa Bliss, as you said. That's crazy. Like we asked where she's going to be. She just put that on her resume. She squashed Alexa Bliss as she should because Alexa Bliss like damn near only 5 feet, if that. But still to have that happen is like, wow. Nia Jax goes back and forth with Alexa Bliss. Lash Legend just destroyed Alexa Bliss. So that was incredible. Obafemi's promo and all, the crowd, the pop, everything. Like, I even felt like, BA, I'm telling you, I've been saying it for forever. Cody Rhodes' aura, when he's around other people that got aura, it's like they always pull his away. And it's like, hold up, I'm paying attention. Cody not really that guy and all that. It's always that way when you put Cody around people. But the thing is, Cody needs them people to be relevant. So that's the issue and why Cody should have never been that guy. But that's neither here nor there. He was a part of the show. Appreciate you, Cody, for doing that and all that stuff. That was an excellent thing. If you're watching it, you the guy. Keep holding it down. Make your money, man. NXT, as you say, BA, just fun, man, bro. I just watch it because it's fun. This is entertaining. This is, like you said, this is just watching wrestling to watch people, to see people be used, to just have it. It ain't about the storylines and all that. It's just fun. You feel me? It's just, bro, throw this guy in here because you want to see this person. Oh, you wanted to have this matchup? Let's find a way to get him included to do this. Excuse me. The Iron Survivor thing, I understood completely, Travis. I'm going against you as well. They need Javon Evans. They have a big three, bro. They're trying to put Ricky Saints in there as well, make it a big four. They have a big three. It's Javon Evans, it's Obafemi, and it's Trick Williams. They help when those guys are about to leave. They are afraid for who they can have next. Miles Bourne is not that guy. Josh Briggs or whatever, he's not that guy. Who else you want to call? I don't know who else. I guess until Joe Hendry actually does it, but I don't know if Joe Hendry go a long term there. I think he's just short and then move.
You might well say Joe Hendry on that main roster.
That's what I'm saying. So they really don't have a guy there. So it's like we got to get Javon to do this and compete. Because if I gave it to Josh Briggs, it'd be like, well, why? Because he's not going to win it. So let Javon get it right now, win that match, have it. He took the L right now. He'll still be included because they're the main guys. You don't include them other guys because they aren't those guys. Like, it is what it is. So I understood the match was still fun. Ricky Saints, I told you I'm a Ricky Saints fan now. That's my guy now. BA didn't do the polls today. That is. But
no, Lord,
this NXT is just always fun. So I'm cool with that. And then Raw was trash. Yeah, Raw. If Raw would have been anything, just anything at all, I've been excited about. I probably to get this week at A. I was trying to get this week at A, y'all. But yeah, Raw was just trash. Let's bring Trick on the Raw. Let's change that one now. You feel me? You brought the other guys over there. Let's finish the job, bring them over to Raw, and it's done. You feel me? Let's just make the brand, the product different. That's how we should get to at that point. I guess the Usos back. The New Day need to retire. They got nothing out of that promo at all. I don't know. Why the Kabuki Warriors always losing if you're a tag team champions? Like, why they gotta always lose then? Damn, can't they win? They the tag team champions. Like, it's like, well, they facing Rhea and Io, so they can't beat them. So then have Rhea and Io as the champions then. Like, doesn't make sense. But Yeah, Raw, trash, done with that. Joe Hendry should have been Trick Williams' spot as well. I'm not the biggest Joe Hendry guy at all. I was kind of more on the funny Joe Hendry thing and all that stuff. Then I'm pay attention to him. Like, I'm not. It's Joe Hendry not really that serious. That little choke slam to become a chest slam, standing ovations.
Standing ovation.
Yeah, it is what it is. He reminded me of a Jey Uso as well. On the way, he don't drink probably, maybe, but yeah, that's just he's becoming, say his name and he appears. I'm thinking he more of a comedy act, which is not a bad thing. You need comedy acts, and not a comedy act on the sense of Santino, like that level where he's just like a jobber. I mean a comedy act in the sense of like an R-Truth level as far as winning. As far as being a mid-card champion and all that type of stuff like that, like he's going to be that guy. But I don't see him being the face of the company either. But maybe not. They may be falling in love with him and all that stuff. Who knows? But that's my 2 cents. I wanted to keep it short and sweet because BA stole the show. I'm playing BA. I'm kidding, bro. That was awesome. Your points were all incredible. Everybody's points were incredible, actually. I didn't have much to say. With that being said, BA, bro, what were our highs and lows brought to us by, or brought to the folks by, I should say?
The good people over at Fanatics.
I switched it up. Yes, sir.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
All right, y'all. We're going to get to the questions and comments real quick here soon. But Travis, tell them about this real quick. I'm gonna unmute your mic. Tell them where they can follow us right here. Or you unmute your mic. You unmute it? Tell them where they can follow us right here.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you phony. Y'all can follow us as well on We Talk Combat Clips, where we do condensed versions of the show in shorts and reels and all. It's right in front of your face with your damn Ray Charles glasses on and all. Talking about you can't see it. But pause. But follow us on We Talk Combat Clips Show. We try to get our subscriber count up over there as well. We do condensed versions of the show. We show them in shorts versions and all over there. If you missed the show and on, you just want to see the short version of it real quick, go over there and follow it up. We usually have a bunch of clips for the week. But let's get to the questions and comments. Again, if you have a question and comment for us and not directed towards someone else in the audience, hit us with the @WTC so we know you're talking to us. Keep it respectful, and we'll get to your questions and comments. That's right.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right, y'all. We got a few questions and comments here today. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff says, hi, just subscribe from North Carolina. Come on and raise up, take your shirt off, twist around your hand, smell like a helicopter. Said, I'm DJ Jeff. I want to comment on what happened. All right. And he says, who's the mystery man on WWE Raw? I'll go around real quick and give your opinion who you think it is, or maybe. Go ahead, BA. I'll let you go first.
In the spirit of this past Friday, I should say, Friday Night SmackDown, I'm all for Tez now. It has to be Tez. Just to give Tez some more burn, to have him in that Vision storyline, in that spotlight. And if he could become a Paul Heyman guy, which means hopefully as a title somewhere within the vicinity of that, then take my money. So that's what I think it is.
All right, Travis.
I'm rolling with Theory still. I still think the mask guy's Austin Theory.
All right, Queen.
It's just
I think it's Trick. Well, I think it's Trick or just somebody of color, just because of what I've seen on him So I want it to be Trick just because Trick had like such an unceremoniously like weird few months in NXT that I'm curious about what's going on for him. So that's my hopes. I'm hoping it is Trick.
Okay. Travis, go ahead. Finish up. I'm sorry, bro.
What I was saying was that when WWE said that clip on their social media from for War Games for when the masked guy was running in towards the ring and running back out. Now you can see it was like a piece of cloth around his face and everything like that, but you couldn't really see his face. But I saw like a little part of his eye, like directly underneath his eyelid, and it just looked like a Caucasian male. So
it was
he
a
didn't
white
look
guy.
black at all.
It was a white guy with
Yeah, it
Kane
was a white
stuff on his
guy.
face. Look like Kane. Like Kane with the black around his eyes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. With blue eyes. I'm going Austin Theory with you, Travis. I think this is how WWE gets everybody every time, how they reel us in and we fall for it every time. We sit, damn, it might be Taz. It might be Taz. And then we sit around and we just, it was Austin Theory. And like, oh, well, we knew that.
I wouldn't be mad. It's just I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I feel you. We got Trump. He said he's a glizzy goblin.
Okay, would it be
Trump,
funny if it was Vince McMahon and he come back out there was me all along?
He should, man. Shout out to Trump saying he's a glizzy
It
goblin.
was,
Appreciate you being
it
here,
was
Trump.
me all along, Austin.
Next comment, please.
Jeff
You're
says
you're really cool in the furnace.
Jeff says I was shocked about WWE matches with John Cena. I was surprised with my favorite person. Shout out to you then, man. The Cena. K Dog says I'm going in right now. All right, K Dog. We appreciate your comment. What up, cuz? Charles Johnson. He says it's something about that tap out and the look on Cena's face when Gunther released the sleeper. Yeah, you could tell it was like it's finally happening. It's also it was like probably a frustration of this has all happened this way and we just all right, it's over. You feel me? Like, but yeah. We got GS also saying great Cena match, great finish. He says Oba versus Cody was completely robbed of a better screw job finish considering they had a busted bleeding eardrum visual to work with. Facts. Oba looked amazing. So he basically repeating what I said, man. Shout out to you, GS, man. Yep, I thought it was a great Cena match and all that, great finish and all that. Just situation should have been better. Make you feel a certain way. Like this was the way to have the crowd. That's what you do with your baby face. Have them go out and get destroyed. What up, Ashy Bug? Ben said, and his name is John Cena. I never seen that guy before. Charles also says there was something about that tap out. Mm-hmm. And Martha says, yeet. Shout out to everybody, man, that was in the comments today, man. That was an awesome show, man. Dare I say the best show ever. This was like the best weekend. Black History Month, I told y'all, in December. We got it in December now. We got SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event, and now We Talk Combat Show. That's how we going to do it from now on. Triple H gave us that energy, gave us the glow. Shout out to him. He going to take it away tomorrow. But if you're new around here again, hit that subscribe button somewhere in the BA's left shoulder down there. Also hit the like button while you're at it when you leave out the door so that more folks will know about us and this type of content that we do drop. We are, again, the best, blackest, and brightest WWE or combat review show there is on YouTube anywhere else. We appreciate everybody for being here. We appreciate the interaction that we had tonight. Do us some more favors if you're interested in other type of content that we may do. We do. You saying 1 second, Quinn? Okay, I'm sorry. We do other shows as well, y'all. Follow my guy BA first and foremost, himself and the rest of the 695 crew, Calvin and Larry. Jeez, I wanted to say Kevin for a second. Calvin and Larry. They do Get Off the Damn Fence. They talk about everything in pop culture, but mainly sports. They do shows Wednesday evenings. Check them out over there on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, all that nonsense. Also, check out BA, Rel, Will, and Big J on Cuz We Geek. They talk about all things in geek culture and movies and television. They have shows Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings. They just talk about the Supergirl trailer. They talked about the Street Fighter trailer. They talk about a whole bunch of stuff. So check them out over there if you like that type of stuff. You into movie stuff. You watch all that stuff on movies on your television. I know you do because there's a whole bunch of stuff that always pops up in the algorithm when you just have your TV just playing. But follow them over there also. If you're interested in basketball content, new or old school, follow myself and Rel, Cap and Crown. We're trying to expand. We started with one team, the Dallas Mavericks, and now we're expanding more to the NBA. I mean, we've been watching the game for a long time, myself and Ro. We're damn near 40 years old apiece or each. So I guess 80 years between the two of us of basketball knowledge almost. So check us out over there, guys. You probably will enjoy the show. We do a lot of things over there. It was our original channel basically over there. So follow us, help us out to get to our next goals as well over there. Queen, no more playback. We'll be finding out more information on how to do different things and all. I know playback is done if you didn't know already. And you follow us on playback. We love playback, but that changed. But follow us on all our socials, y'all. We say that. Follow us on Discord. If you aren't already a member of Discord, that's where we have our watch parties. A lot of these folks watch the shows and all in the Discord with us. Follow it. As long as you're a subscriber of this channel, you have access to our Discord. Come over there, follow us, say what's up. We don't bite unless you want us to. But pause on that one. I'm going to keep it moving. We will see y'all next week. Same combat time, same combat channel. We appreciate y'all. This is We Talk Combats again. For myself, King, Queen, Travis, BA, and sometimes Devin. We out. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.